This video is brought to you by Raycon. Boy, Arlo, wasn't that a great walk? Yep, definitely. And it was made so much better thanks to my Raycon everyday earbuds. Can you believe they're so sleek and low profile? Sure can. I mean, gosh, we wore them all day and they never fell out. Thanks to the assortment of silicone tips they came with, we've got a fit that's just right. It's still so hard to believe that they last up to 8 hours on a charge and up to 32 hours using the charging case, but it's true. And man, I never even have to fumble with my phone when I get a call. I can answer with the touch of a button. Man, the sound quality is just so terrific. Being able to hold down the left button for 3 seconds to switch between pure, balanced, and bass sound profiles ensured that whatever we listened to on our walk, it always sounded good, huh? How do you think Raycon is able to make these things look and feel so slick? And to think they come in a variety of cool colors? No wonder the everyday earbuds have garnered over 50,000 5-star reviews. And craziest of all, they're half the price of other premium wireless earbuds. Plus, anyone can get 15% off by heading to buyraycon.com/Arlo. I tell you, Arlo, my Raycon everyday earbuds have changed my life. They're really... Wait, where'd they go? What are you doing? If you want these back, you're gonna do what I say. Gasp! Smash cut to main video! Choppy choppy chop. Hello, my friends. Sorry this video is coming so late. I know it's late, but I got opinions about stuff, so I'm doing the video anyway. As we all know, the last 3 times I've gone on a trip with friends or family to the beach, there have been important Nintendo presentations. 3 times! This time it was Splatoon during my personal vacation. Thank you for asking. Yes, I did have a lovely, lovely, lovely vacation on the coast. Just eating and reading and chilling by the beach. It was great. I feel super just invigorated and relaxed and energetic. And it's awesome. So I'm here. Oh, I'm here. I'm so jazzed. I watched that Splatoon 3 Direct. Here are my thoughts. So we got to see the new weapon types in action, and Splatana, just cool. It's basically a sword. I don't know. That's just, yeah, cool. And then the bow, I can't remember the actual name, but it's a bow, basically. It looks really cool. I like how it's got the horizontal shots and then the vertical shot to go up walls, and I don't know, just an interesting new weapon I'm sure people will make use of. More interestingly, though, the squid roll and the squid surge. Really cool, and this is definitely this is something that they should have focused more on before, because it's not a massive, crazy thing to be super hyped about, but it is a big thing. Like movement options, like new movement options, that's a big deal. That changes how the gameplay works, just at a base level across the board. So yeah, now the surge, you can, charge it up and use it to jump up walls faster, which is just really cool. And then the squid roll, it's kind of like a dodge, but then you actually get they're not like full iframes. It says you're more resistant to enemy ink while you're doing it, but it's sort of like iframes. I don't know, it's cool. It's gonna make the game just that much more fun, more movement options, more dodging abilities. It's just, people are gonna be just faster and better, and that's cool. And then we got new specials. The reef slider looks pretty cool. The wave breaker. The tacticooler is very funny. You're looking at it and you're like, this is not gonna be competitive viable. It's not. It's like the thing where it pops up sodas and everybody gets a soda. It's really cute though. I think that's very funny. So they showed off, all the stores, some of which have the same, Sheldon is back. I guess they just love Sheldon, maybe because he looks like a minion. I don't really know. He always comes back. But then we got new other people. I really like Gnarly Eddie is probably my favorite out of the new NPC people that we saw. He just looks like a pretty laid-back guy, And forgive me if any of these, new things I think are new. I didn't play Splatoon 2 through all of the updates, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't a thing before. I don't know, whatever. Fit, where you, basically a loadout for your gear. You can have different, presets. That's really cool. Switch between them. And then they talked about amiibo stuff, and you can even use your amiibo to, store a fit on. I don't know. That's cool. Just an easy way to switch between it. I don't know what is with the amiibo. I get that supply shortages and all that stuff. The amiibo is just an NFC chip and plastic. I don't know why. They're coming this holiday. Why could they not have them ready by launch? What is it with the amiibo that's just been so delayed recently? Very funny. Really interesting. Okay, so again, I can't remember all the details. I do remember that I was, like, I could have been happier with the online offerings of just, like, all the options with your friends, in 1 especially, and then in 2 was better. This seems to be even more improved, even on top of the whole thing that they just confirmed that they are using, like, the new in-house server system or something, so hopefully the online's a little bit better. But just all this different stuff. Like, it looked like there was a lot of options for, like, setting up rooms with your friends. Now you can send requests, and you've got all these, like, really cool, like, just ghosts of your friends that just hang out, and you can, like, walk up to them and drop in on their games, and you can send requests for them to help you, and that's just really cool. It looks like there's a lot of options for playing with people online and playing with your friends, and that is great. And you got, like, replays. Like, I know there was, like, spectator mode before, but, like, now you basically get that, but you can save the replays and share them, and just, like, that's terrific. Really, really terrific. And you got lots of really fun little personalization options. Now you have, like, your banner, and you can, like, have different, you know, different stuff on it and a different background, and you can have a different emote that your character does. Like, I mean, we're catching up to modern games here. Emotes, kids love their emotes. And it's, you know, it's Nintendo, so it is still amazing to me. Any other company in the world you'd be paying real money. Because, I mean, they're even talking about how the game is going to be supported for, like, 2 years, which is really cool that they just, like, told us that. And every 3 months, there's gonna be a new catalog of stuff to buy at the general store, new emotes and gear, and a moose, and just so, like, any other company would be that would be real money that you'd have to spend. They would nickel and dime you for all that, and, like, no, it's still all just in game. Just a reminder that Nintendo, they're pretty cool when it comes to stuff like that sometimes. There's a lot of stuff to go over here. There's a lot of stuff in that direct. We have a new, just, like, mini game, side game, like a table turf battle, where it's like a card game, and you're just, it's like a tabletop version of Turf War. And I think that's really cool. It's another thing, you know, to collect, just, you know, collecting cards, just another thing in the game overall to just have and do. It's another side activity to take part in. I think that's a really cool addition. There's not, like, a huge ton of stuff in this game that's, like, really sequel-y, as I'll kind of talk about in a bit. But that's a good one. It's relatively small, but I really appreciate that kind of stuff. Then we got Salmon Run. Love Salmon Run. It is my favorite out of all of the multiplayer modes. Love me the Salmon Run. And we got new salmonids, look cool. And then I'd say, like, the biggest change is the king salmonids, which come by, like, at the end when you think you've won. Sometimes it'll come up. I think that's very fun. Just another thing to make everything go wrong. You know, another thing to make you just be like, no, please. Yeah, like, all the new ones look cool. The king thing where you're, like, actually shooting the eggs at it to drive it back into the water. Very fun new feature. I mean, as I keep saying, I've been hoping for, like, kind of a deeper salmon run system, more of, like, just like the rewards that you get, or a ranking or a class system or something. If there is anything like that, it wasn't in the direct, so probably not. It'll probably just be another thing where you rank up, like, the really simple, like, you just get some gear or whatever. But whatever, that's fine. But a really cool thing is the Big Run, which is, like, an event that happens, you know, kind of in the same way that Splatfest come every once in a while. Now we have a big salmon run thing where they overtake, like, the main, like, the city or whatever. We don't know. I have a lot of details about it, but, like, that's just a cool idea. A special salmon run that kind of invades everything. I'm very, very excited about that. You know, I'm not very good at playing the game competitively, so I'm not good at Turf War or anything like that. So the idea of a salmon run that's like a big event and everyone can be excited about it, very cool. So then they talked a little bit about the story, and I'm pretty excited for the story. I'm not getting my hopes up that it's going to be a lot, like, longer or deeper than the other ones. I don't know. They're kind of just setting a precedent. But story-wise, like, I mean, the DLC for 2, the story, the lore revelations were so huge. And so now this campaign is called, like, we had, like, Octo Valley and Octo Canyon, and you're like, okay, whatever. But this one is called Return of the Mammalians, which is neato, because that suggests well, I mean, if the mammals return to the world, that's a radical shift in the world. And the narrator, speaky voice person even called it the epic finale of this Splattastic saga. So basically, they're suggesting that this is a trilogy, and this is kind of the end of a saga in a way. And, you know, because Mammalians are coming back, like, that's a really big thing. But I'll talk more about that in a second, too. Let's move on. So, instead of doing a test splat or whatever they were I have such a bad memory, I'm sorry. Even after my vacation, my brain. The splat test, whatever. Instead of doing that, they're doing a Splatfest, like a pre-release, the Splatfest world premiere. And I just think that's cool. It's a lot more exciting. It's not just kind of like, hey, we're just kind of testing the servers. This is like, no, everybody come and do it. And it's a very smart thing to do, because like anybody who wasn't necessarily convinced to buy Splatoon 2, this is at least like a bigger, more interesting, fun thing to kind of draw people in and try to get them into the new game. So I think that's a really smart move. Yeah, they talked about, you know, supporting the game for 2 years, and then they said that there would be a big DLC coming later, just a paid DLC. You know, sounds like it's just in the way that they did Octo expansion. And it's, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm fine paying with paying for new content. I just hope it's not like with 2, where it felt like the story mode was short again because the game was kind of rushed. And then later with the DLC, they kind of like, okay, there's the real full experience. I hope it's not like that again, where it's just another 4 or 5 campaign and then like, oh, we'll do it in the DLC. It's no, just give us the whatever. Who cares? So that's cool. We got our new news people, singer people, the new musical group, Deep Cut. I like them. They're cool. There's 3 of them. I really like that they've kind of just changed it up. You know, it wasn't just another pair. Now we got 3. Just a cool dynamic. There seems to be a good amount of buzz around the fact that one of them seems to be non-binary. Fun. Cool. I would say out of like everything about like these new characters, like their designs are neat too. Like, I mean, you know, Splatoon designs are always fun. They're always really weird. These have their gross wiggly finger thing they do. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Best part of the whole direct, though, it looks like you cannot watch the news. Like you can jump into it appears that you can jump into the game and just see the news happening in the corner. How did it take you 3 games to figure out that we hate sitting through the news every time we turn on the game? So I'm glad they figured that out. Very happy about that. Oh man, okay, so Splatfests. 3 teams now, which is cool, because it goes along with the whole, like, 3, you know, the peoples, you know? Like, which chicken or the egg, which happened first? Are there 3 teams on Splatfest because of 3 characters? Is it the other way around? I don't know, but that's neat. So now we get, instead of, like, you know, peanut butter or jelly or whatever it's gonna be like. Yeah, the first Splatfest they're gonna do is rock, paper, scissors. And so, I don't know, it's just fun. It's a different thing. Now we get these, like, triple pairings, and now we have 3-team turf wars. How weird. It's, like, slightly disappointing that, like, it still has to be 8 players. I mean, I guess I kind of get it, you know? You'd like 12 players, or, like, 9, or actual teams, but it's, like, the leading people are in the center, but they have 4, but then the other teams are only 2 each, so it's a little bit of a thing, a little bit of a compromise, but, it's a cool idea. It sounds really hectic and crazy and like a real evolution. That's one of those things that you really hope for in a sequel. Like a real, like, yeah, this is an evolved form of Turf Wars. That's neato. Another thing about Splatfest, I know like the city always gets all pretty and fancy, like everyone's having a party. I don't know, like the city seems bigger. All the different places they were showing, it feels bigger. I don't know. But it seems quite extravagant during Splatfest, so I like that. They're all singing and I don't know. It looked cool. Oh, and they're doing an invitational, the first invitational at PAX West, so that's neat. I really wanted to go to PAX West, but I got a lot of stuff going around that time of the month and I couldn't go, but that's neato. Okay, so the thoughts overall. Obviously the direct was great, like just tons of new stuff. I mean, I just spent however long talking about it all. I forgot lockers. Sorry, it was on this list here with all the online stuff. Lockers, what a cool thing. You just get a locker and you can see other people's lockers. You can customize them with gear and stuff. And then I think the ability to put pictures in there, that's a big difference there. You can take with the photo mode, put your pictures in locker. Just a cool little thing, you know, between your gear, your banner, your locker, your emotes and everything. They really let you have a lot of, you know, personality. We'll get back to it. Overall, yeah, great direct. Am I more excited now? You know, like, am I satisfied by this? I'm pretty convinced that that's everything. That's the game. Like, there's no more surprises. There's no more big, huge things unless they come in updates or the DLC or whatever. Like, this is basically it. And you know, obviously I made a video recently about how, like, I want to be more hyped, and it still just seems kind of like, why is this sequel happening? I still feel that way to a degree. Like, it's like having 2 Smash Bros. Games on one system. Like, you just don't want to do that. You just have one per system. So it still feels weird that they didn't want to just wait till the next system comes around. It's still strange. There isn't really any big thing to warrant this. However, I do understand better why it's a sequel. I understand it more, even if I don't think it's necessarily the right decision as a whole, like from like a company, you know, business standpoint. I get it, because there's a lot of little ideas here. There's a lot of stuff that would be really hard to implement in updates. Lots of just little changes to the way that things work. You know, they clearly wanted to have the new lore stuff and tell a new story, and they wanted to have the new musical group and the new moves. Like, there is a lot of little changes. So, like, I get it. Like, I can, like, especially watching the direct and seeing it all just kind of, like, piled together like that, I can kind of, like, get into the heads of the devs, and I can just see that they had so much stuff they wanted to do. You know, they had so many ideas for new stuff, and they were just like, we can't just keep doing updates. Like, we gotta, you know, work from the ground up with some of this stuff that's got to be implemented at the beginning of the game when you start it. So, like, yeah, I get it. And if anything, that just shows that they're very passionate, and they just, like, were like, we got too much, we gotta make another game with it. And I get that. I can sort of get behind that. Just keeping my fingers crossed that the, you know, the sales numbers end up pretty good, that a good number of the previous install base moves over, that they actually maybe get some new players. I don't really know, but looks good though. It's not massively exciting, and I think one of the reasons I wanted something really new was just because I want to stick around with Splatoon longer, and, like, watching that direct and seeing all this new stuff, I am more excited than before. Like, definitely. Like, my excitement has gone up considerably. I'm sort, I don't know if I could use the word excited. I am looking forward to playing it. I'm just a little bit worried that it's going to be a very similar experience as it was before, where, like, I play it for, like, a few weeks, and because, like, you know, like, this new stuff, like, it's enough to get me like, oh, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it and do it. I'm just afraid after a couple weeks I'll be like, I can't win Turf War because I'm no good at the game, and I can't play enough to be competitive, and I beat the story mode, and then I just kind of put it down. And I mean, I played a decent amount of 2, mostly just Salmon Run though, like, with my friends, which is fine. I don't know. I just don't want it to have that, like, honeymoon period where it comes out and I'm like, this is cool, and I do the review and it's great, and then I just kind of lose interest because it just didn't have enough to it to keep me around. I don't know. It doesn't really matter though, because it really mostly matters to, you know, the fans, the people who do like to play online and competitively, which is most people, because people love their online games a whole bunch. So, yeah, I don't know. Looks cool. I'm more excited than before. Still not super hyped, but I am eager to play it. I'm eagerly awaiting playing it. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And boy, all this work, all this talking, this really made me tired. I think I need another vacation. See you later.